Okay, so last video I was clearly running off of optimism and adrenaline, and I'm here to officially declare that the initial optimism of the new year has left the chat, and I'm left with tiredness. Also, as of last video, I was taking 6 courses, and now I'm only taking 5 because one of those courses was really not necessary for me to graduate at the end of the semester. And I felt like the grading scheme was not extremely clear and was kind of difficult. And with the volume of assignments that they were giving out, I just felt like I wasn't going to. Okay, I have to take a break and say that I feel really bad for dropping the course because I like the person who's teaching it, I like how they teach, I really like the content, and I'm enjoying the readings. And I felt like I could learn a lot from that course, but at the end of the day, I felt like for all of the effort that I was investing into the course, it would be extremely unlikely, even with all that effort, that I would do very well. So I decided to drop it, lighten my course load, and hopefully do better in all the other courses that I'm taking. But I feel extremely guilty because I feel like I'm not learning as much as I could from this last semester. Because at this point, I'm just gonna go out and say it, I feel like I wasted 4 years of an undergraduate degree not really learning anything and just throwing up all the time. I mean, it's not that I wasn't passing most of my courses, I was, but I wasn't doing anything other than passing those courses. I wasn't really engaging with any of the material, I wasn't retaining information, I was just thinking about how to get to my next binge and purge, honestly. And that seriously keeps me awake at night sometimes. Like the fact that I didn't learn anything from my undergraduate degree and this semester is when I really felt like I started to learn and like improve mentally. I mean, I am by no means a recovered person, or I don't even think I'm a recovering person, which is strange to say. I'm sorry if some of you guys are disappointed, but I don't know if I can say I'm recovering. I feel like I can say for certain that I'm improving. I mean, here's the thing. I know that a lot of people won't have this experience, and a lot of people are totally able to function with an eating disorder, and by function, that's a very general term. But by function, I mean find fulfillment in areas that are not related to your eating disorder, meet your personal and professional goals that are completely unrelated to your eating disorder, and feel like you're making genuine progress as a human being, intellectually, professionally, whatever, in areas that have nothing to do with your eating disorder. And I can't do that. I feel like bulimia made me extremely stupid. And I say that very genuinely. And I'm not trying, you guys know I'm not trying to speak for anyone else's experience. But I made a video on my old channel that's now gone about, this was a long time ago, and it was about how I felt like I couldn't function and I couldn't read and I couldn't write essays or anything without caffeine or any other kind of stimulant to keep me going. And at that time, I was genuinely afraid that I was incapable of doing anything without caffeine. Because trying to do a reading without caffeine was basically a lost cause. I would struggle to get through a paragraph, sometimes even a couple of sentences. And I don't know why at the time I never made the connection between, oh, you might be really dehydrated, or you've eaten nothing but sugar for the last 48 hours. That might be a problem. Like, that might be what's going on right now. And I don't have a perfect diet right now, and I'm not perfectly caffeine free right now, but I'm doing a lot better. And there was this process of becoming aware that, like, guys, I think that binging and purging 3 times a day might be affecting my ability to read and concentrate and study. Like, there was the awareness of that first, and then there was a phase of panic that I had permanently damaged my brain and I would never be even marginally smart. I was really worried about that for a while, you know. And I feel a little bit silly saying that now. And then eventually I kind of just moved on and started the semester and try not to think about it while doing coursework because it's distracting and demotivating. But finally, this semester, I started to read for fun again. I used to be all about reading. I don't know how to say this without sounding really pretentious, but reading was my whole life until my mental health really fell apart in late high school. And even then, I was reading a lot. Yeah, I was one of those kids who never paid attention in elementary school and middle school and just read the whole day. And teachers couldn't do anything about it because if they took my book away, I would just get another one and they knew it. So eventually they just stopped trying. I was a very difficult kid and I would like to publicly apologize to all my elementary school teachers. But in after my eating disorder developed, I kind of stopped reading for fun unless it was eating disorder related. That stuff I read like crazy. But that stuff doesn't really, I don't know. I don't think it really helped me. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? This semester I finally started reading for fun again, and when I do course readings, I, without noticing it, when I came across something difficult or an interesting concept, I would start writing it down to look more into later, and I would start actually engaging with material and making connections. I mean, sometimes they're not good connections, often they're not good connections at all. But at least I'm doing that, I guess, and it's really encouraging, even though I've slowed down a bit with my energy when it comes to schoolwork. It's still really encouraging that it's still there. So if anybody out there is watching this and wondering if they can ever get their like brain power, their brain juices back going after a fairly long-term eating disorder, I mean, I don't know if I could consider my eating disorder long term. I mean, more than 4 or 5 years, like 4 years at minimum of constantly throwing up. I don't know if that's considered long term. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, because I know some people have been dealing with this for even longer. So, if you are worried about whether or not you'll ever feel like yourself again, there's hope. I mean, I feel weird saying that to people because it's not something I generally say, and I don't think I've had much occasion to say it to people because it's generally not such a positive channel. But, at least there's that. I never thought I would get there again, and it was really, really euphoric. I cannot explain to you guys how happy I was when I realized that was happening. And I want to stress that I'm not doing 100% better. Like, there's still many things I do and many things I think about that are a problem, um, and that are hampering my mental health and probably my physical health as well. But it appears that shit can actually get better. So, I mean, now I've replaced my anxieties about whether or not things can get better with anxieties and self loathing about why I didn't make myself get better faster or earlier. or sooner, and all the time that I've wasted not getting better. And there's no point in feeling bad about that, in my opinion. And I know it, but I'm still making myself feel bad. Also, you can hear rats in the background. Pet rats, not pest rats. Pest and pet are just separated by one S. Anyway, I don't know why I said that. Sorry. You can hear them making noises of pain. Do not be alarmed. They're just fighting each other. It's not malicious. They just do that. I don't know why. They're very nice to each other most of the time, but if you hear that again, don't be alarmed, please. I am not hurting rats. They are just fighting, probably over the piece of bread crust that I put in there earlier. Anyways. Alright. Where was I? Oh, speaking of not totally doing better, look at this bouillon mix. I don't know how to pronounce that because I have had no reason to say it out loud that I got. It's mushroom. The rats are now taking apart a paper bag. And I also got some Earl Grey tea today. It's like a super cheap brand, but I hope to put some creamer in it and some stevia so I can make tea with milk and sugar. And I found these. I don't know if these are seasonally available or... I mean, honestly, the stores here, they just sell seasonal stuff all year round for some reason, or until they run out. Or at least that's what appears to be happening. But these are 90 calories each. And come in fun flavors because we no longer have the Carnation brand low sugar, the light. It was the Carnation brand hot chocolate with the blue packaging, and we no longer have any of it, and I have not seen it in stores for a very long time, and I'm very sad. So I think that one serving of the light hot chocolate was about 50 calories. These are 90, whatever. I'm going to have hot chocolate. Okay. Those are just on the table because I took them out after coming home, but no. After that interlude, honestly, this video has no topic, this channel has no topic anymore, I'm just talking. Okay. So, I've kind of been slowing down when it comes to school-related stuff, and part of it is due to a poor sleep schedule, which I'm hoping to fix this weekend and in the following days. Rest assured, I have already taken action. Can you hear them taking apart a paper bag in the background? Someone is climbing up the wall now. It's very distracting because they're right in front of me, right in the middle of my line of sight. And this is where I sit normally, so I'm just watching the rats all day. Like, I should get binoculars so I can spy on them more effectively. Someone else is climbing up the wall now. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I've already taken action on the slowing down and the slight lack of motivation that has been coming along. And I'm hoping to get back to a little bit more of a normal state, like not an adrenaline-fueled state, but not a super demotivated state either, because that's what we want by Monday. And my classes are actually going back to in-person around the 8th. I think that's when my first in-person class is, and I'm kind of nervous about that. And I'm about to do a complete 180 from me saying that things are going better and things are getting a lot better and more positive and stuff, and say that I have started thinking a lot about my physical appearance with the impending in-person classes. So since I got over COVID, my appetite kind of came back, and I gained some weight because my appetite came back. And with the sudden return to in-person classes announcement, I was like, oh, it's not a good time, is it? So there's some time between then and now, and I have been plotting. I have been plotting about how I can drastically change my physical appearance and hate myself less. And perhaps a good place to start would be not messing with my hair anymore, because it's not great right now, it's pretty uneven, but maybe it'll grow a little bit by then, I don't know. So that's gonna be step one. Step one, don't mess with my hair anymore. But I mean, it's not a secret, I don't really like my face and my appearance, and wearing a mask kind of helps that, and being in online school where you can kind of turn your camera off kind of helps that, you know. But I mean, I'm also human, I also watch YouTube, and I be watching those glow up videos sometimes and feeling very jealous. I know they're not good for you. I know it's not good for me, but I do it anyways, and sometimes I do it on purpose to fuel my sense of self hatred in the hopes that it'll actually motivate me to do something about my physical appearance, yet it never does anything. So maybe I should stop since it's not doing anything. I am 23 years old. I shouldn't be worrying about that. My goodness, I just forgot if I was 22 or 23. You know why? It's because 2020 and 2021 kind of blurred together, and I have a hard time differentiating events that happened in 2020 and from 2021 because it just seems like one huge blob of time. So that's why. It's not because I'm having a brain fart. Maybe that's it though. Anyway, I feel like I'm too old to be worrying about stuff like this. I mean, I'm aware that people much older than me are very concerned about their appearance and it's fine, but I don't know. It might be because of the age demographic of the people that watch glow up videos and the people who are in them. I mean, there's some older people in them as well, but I don't think any of them are as old as me. Which is funny because I'm told that I look very young and I'm frequently mistaken for a first year or sometimes a high school student, but that I think is because I wear a mask outside and you can't really tell how old someone is by looking at their eyes. And the childish haircut and the childish jacket probably doesn't help matters, and the fact that I carry a backpack everywhere instead of a purse. I don't know, I kind of hate purses. The closest thing I have to a purse is a purse backpack that you can carry on with. Okay, so it has three straps. Two are for a backpack, and one is to carry kind of as a shoulder purse thing, and it's fake leather. I mean, it's from Amazon. It's not gonna be real leather, and it was made in China. And that's the closest I'm ever gonna get to a purse because I want to carry things. I don't want to feel like I'm constantly gonna break this extremely expensive item that is hanging by one shoulder. So, okay, I don't know why I started on that topic. And frankly, we are getting to the 20-minute mark, so I'm just going to cut it off right here. I don't know what I'm going to title this video because I talked about like 6 separate things. But yeah, this is a good time to end the video. When I start making incoherent ramblings about why I don't like purses, it's a good sign to stop the video. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to having maladaptive coping mechanisms and plotting how I can drastically change my appearance before we go back to in-person school, because that's totally a priority that I should be investing my time into right now. Yes. Yes. Okay. Wish me luck, guys. If you're returning to in-person school soon, or if you already have, then let me know how you're dealing with that. Especially if you have issues with your appearance, which, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you do, but yeah, let me know how you guys are doing. Good luck, everyone. Good luck to me, too. Bye, guys.